Venezuela, a country surrounded by mystery, often spoken of its struggles rather than its beauty. For years I heard stories filled with warnings and negativity, but deep down I always wondered, what was the real Venezuela? Was it truly dangerous? Or was there a side that the world rarely sees? This wasn't just another destination on my list. This was a dream. A journey I had been waiting to take for years. And finally, that dream had become a reality. And that dream began in one of the most extraordinary places on earth, Canaima National Park. From the moment we arrived, it felt like stepping into another world. Our lodge was hidden deep in the jungle, surrounded by endless green, alive with the sounds of nature. Birds soared above, monkeys played in the trees, and animals wandered freely around us, unafraid and curious. From the front, you could look straight across the lagoon and watch in awe as waterfalls thundered down in the distance, a view so surreal it felt like a painting. It was remote, untouched, a hidden paradise that seemed to belong to another time. And yet, there was no time to rest, because what lay ahead was not just a visit, it was an adventure of a lifetime. We boarded the canoes and soon found ourselves gliding down the Churún River. The crystal clear water mirrored the large jungle around us, reflecting the endless green like a giant natural mirror. In the distance, the tepuis rose like ancient sentinels, each one an isolated ecosystem amongst the oldest landscapes on Earth. Along the way, we made a few stops at hidden spots. Small waterfalls tucked into the jungle where we could swim, cool off, and simply take in the beauty around us. These moments of calm, surrounded by nothing but nature, made the journey feel even more special. And then the river carried us forward, leading us towards one of the most famous waterfalls in the world, Angel Falls. After a 4-hour boat ride, seeing it with my own eyes was overwhelming. That night, we slept under the stars with the sound of the river beside us, and the sight of the falls reminded us just how far we were from the modern world. The next morning, we crossed the rivers and hiked closer to Angel Falls. After an hour's hike through the forest, we stood before its majesty. At nearly 1,000 meters, it is the tallest waterfall on Earth, dropping so far that the water turns to mist before ever reaching the ground. It doesn't roar like most waterfalls. It drifts down silently from the clouds, disappearing and reappearing through the mist. Angel Falls was named after Jimmy Angel, an American aviator who in 1930s crash-landed his plane on top of one of the tepuis while searching for gold. When he and his crew made it down safely, the world came to learn about the giant waterfall hidden deep in the jungle. Since then, it has carried his name. And the magic of this place doesn't end with Angel Falls. All around, smaller cascades pour down the cliffs into hidden pools, places so beautiful they feel untouched by time. Exploring them adds to the sense that Canaima is more than just a destination, it's a living wonder. The following day, it was time to see Angel Falls from a completely different perspective, one that would change everything. We climbed into a small helicopter, its blades cutting through the humid jungle air, and soon we were rising above Canaima. Almost instantly, the view took my breath away. The jungle stretched endlessly in every direction, a carpet of green broken only by the towering tepuis. As we flew higher, we passed through some thick clouds, the world disappearing around us, until suddenly we broke through to reveal Angel Falls. Piercing through the mist, it looked like it was falling straight from the heavens. Watching it from the air was surreal, as if I had entered a dream. In that moment, I felt small, humbled, and overwhelmed with gratitude. To witness nature this raw, this pure, untouched by time, it's something words can barely describe. This has to be one of the most beautiful flights on Earth, a memory forever etched in my heart. Later that day, we got back in the canoes to explore the waterfalls we could see right from our lodge. From far away they already looked impressive, but being up close was something else entirely. The first stop was Hacha Falls. The roar of the water grew louder as we approached, and soon we were right in front of a massive curtain of water crashing down into the lagoon. The mist hit our faces, and the force of it all made you realize just how powerful nature can be. But the real highlight was Sapo Falls. Here, we actually had a chance to walk behind the waterfall. Stepping onto the slippery rocks with water thundering right in front of us was an experience I'll never forget. Seeing these waterfalls up close, knowing they were just across the lagoon from where we were staying, made Canaima feel even more special. This wasn't just about Angel Falls. These cascades alone would be worth the trip. Back in Caracas, we had a little time to explore the capital before continuing our journey. Caracas is truly a city of contrasts. Modern skyscrapers rising next to historic colonial buildings, busy streets filled with energy, and people going about their day with a sense of warmth and resilience. It was only a short stop, but it gave us a glimpse of the city's vibrant spirit before heading out in the wild once again. From Caracas, we caught a flight to Barinas and then continued on to Apure, the vast savannahs and farmland of Venezuela. Here, the landscape opened up into endless plains teeming with wildlife. Thousands of birds filled the skies, and for the first time, I came face to face with capybaras. There weren't just a few, there were hundreds of them, calmly grazing, swimming, or just lying around. They look almost like oversized guinea pigs, and I couldn't help but want to hug every single one. But I don't think they wanted to hug me. But the surprises didn't end there. These lands were also home to caimans, Orinoco crocodiles, and even piranhas that we had a chance to fish for. The wildest moment of all was encountering anacondas, giant snakes I never imagined I'd see so close. Holding one in hands felt unreal, almost like stepping into a documentary. Venezuela kept showing us that around every corner was something unexpected. And Apure was no exception. It was adventure in its purest form. After all the adventure, it was time to slow down and end our journey with something completely different: relaxation at Morrocoy National Park. If the waterfalls and jungles showed us Venezuela's wild side, then Morrocoy revealed its paradise. Flying the drone here felt unreal. From above you can see dozens of small islands scattered across the turquoise sea, each one surrounded by shallow, crystal clear water that shifts in shades of blue and green. It looked like something out of the Caribbean, a side of Venezuela I never imagined existed. Our first stop was Cayo Sombrero, one of the most famous and beautiful islands in the park. The sand was soft and white, the water so clear you could see fish swimming around your feet. It was the perfect place to unwind after days of non-stop adventure. We swam, played water sports, and even had a heated volleyball match that got everyone laughing and cheering. But Morrocoy isn't just one island, it's a whole chain of them. Each cay had its own charm, from quiet hidden beaches where you could be completely alone to lively spots filled with people enjoying the sun. Exploring them felt like hopping from one postcard perfect paradise to another. Being here reminded me of just how diverse Venezuela truly is. In one trip, we went from towering waterfalls and endless savannahs to tropical islands and beaches that rivaled the best in the world. Morrocoy was the perfect ending, a chance to breathe, relax, and reflect on everything we had experienced. Venezuela is a country that changed the way I see the world. It's a place of contrasts, wild and untamed, yet warm and welcoming. A land where nature still feels larger than life, and where every moment reminds you how small we really are. From standing beneath Angel Falls, to holding an anaconda in the savannah, to watching the sunset over turquoise waters in Morrocoy, this journey was more than travel. It was a reminder of why we explore, to challenge what we think we know, to find beauty where others see only chaos, and to carry those memories with us forever. As I leave Venezuela, I don't just leave with photos or videos. I leave with a piece of this country in my heart, and I know I'll return one day. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Until the next journey, keep chasing wonder, keep exploring, and above all, be mesmerized.